Hello, everybody. My name is Abboud. I'm a naturopath. For those who don't know what naturopathy is, it's a complementary medicine that aims to heal the body through means which are considered natural, such as phytotherapy with herbs. We have supplements, vitamins, minerals, amino acids, aromatherapy. We do have many different approach, stress management and liver detoxification pathways. Today, I'm gonna talk a little bit about an important subject that I've been going through, and I know from my clinic, from the people I've been seeing lately, after the explosion, and it's been a couple of, maybe a year or more, that we have been going through chronic crisis and chronic stress. So this, if you have noticed, you will feel many different symptoms in your body, like indigestion, bloating, heartburn, constipation, palpitation, irritation, sometimes insomnia, and brain fog, inability to think or to concentrate. It's all about stress. So this is caused by stress and high level of cortisol. Cortisol is the stress hormone that your body secretes when you go through a long period of time, a long period of stress. So what happens, this cortisol causes free radical, and free radical are actually causing oxidations. So what happens in return, this will impair circulation and will reduce the flow of nutrients and the flow of oxygen to your brain. So choosing here the type of food that you need to fuel your body with is very important. So it's not only about counting calories, it's go beyond counting calories. There's evidence actually that suggests that those who consume food rich in carbohydrates have 89% risk of developing dementia, 89% risk, which is kharaf. So ensuring that the foods you are eating is high in antioxidants, rich in essential fatty acid and fatty acid, low in carbohydrates, and there's a lot of anti-inflammatory in your plates. So in order to optimize your brain health, you need to choose what type of food you are eating. And do you know that your brain is 60% fat? 60% fat. So essential fatty acids is an important molecule that your brain is made of. It's like that determines actually how your brain functions. So, and essential fatty acids, your body is unable to synthesize it. You cannot fabricate it. It has to be coming from your dietary sources. Now I would like you to grab a pen and paper and start writing down the list of food that you need to avoid, and you will see that most of the food that I'm gonna mention, you are consuming it without knowing that this is damaging your body. So the top of my list is sugar. Sugar is poison. And I believe that you are here today to listen to me. It's because you care about your health and your brain. So refined sugar are the first, it's not a nutrient, the first thing that you need to avoid and cut it out from your diet. It has to be the first one. Yani, when I say that it's all about cookies, chocolates, everything that you buy from the supermarket, and sometimes it's a homemade, this is brain poison. And another important thing, which I really am noticing it lately a lot, it's people are consuming aspartame, and aspartame is neurotoxic without knowing, okay? So they're buying, I see sometimes people, they are saying, okay, I'm having ice cream, but it's 0 calorie, it's sugar free. So please read the label. You will see that, you know, on the label, you have aspartame. And if you see that this packet, the blue pinkish packet that you put in your coffee, it's aspartame. I'm not gonna mention names here, but you know that aspartame is neurotoxic. And another important thing, it's MSG, monosodium glutamate. Monosodium glutamate is food enhancer that, you know, all the companies are adding it to the food. So I will give an example. Sometimes it happened to me. like not now, but lately, I used to eat chips and I couldn't stop eating these chips. I know that I shouldn't eat it, but I couldn't stop eating it, and I'm eating it and I'm eating it. What's happening? Because of the MSG. You enjoy this flavor, and this flavor, Laila has entered, if you wanna. So this flavor actually is neurotoxic. And at the same time, this MSG, what's happening now from the big companies, they're not mentioning monosodium glutamate. They're now writing down different names that you need to be aware of the names, writing it down. It's a big list, okay? But remember this chicken broth, or the vegetable broth that you buy and you add. I'm not, Maggi, one of them. This is brain poison. And when you go and enjoy Chinese foods, you enjoy it. But then again, the next day you will have a headache. And you will start drinking a lot of water, not noticing, not knowing what's happening. We have MSG to blame. And it's everywhere, even in the salads, the salad dressing, you can find MSG. So this is very important, just to pay attention and not to buy any processed food, any food made by a human being. It should be nature, coming from nature. And anything that you buy from nature, like whole food, this is good for you. Me personally, among the top of list that I always recommend and I pay attention, okay, to add it to my plate on a weekly basis is fish. So oily fish are rich in omega-3, and our cell membranes, our body is made of cholesterol and is made of, the good fat is made of omega-3. So we have to add, fish and oil fish into our diet. I'm not talking about buying the big fish, which is rich in mercury, but you can opt for the small one. And you go and buy wild salmon, mackerel, sardine, tuna, not the tuna, the canned tuna. The fresh tuna are high in omega-3, especially DHA. DHA for the brain cognitive function. And for those who are vegan, we recommend to go for flax seeds, chia seeds, walnuts. They're still rich in omega-3. So 3 to 4 times, if you can, per week, enjoy a plate of oily fish. If you have noticed in my previous session, I have mentioned about the leafy vegetables. I cannot tell you about the abundance of vitamins and minerals you find in the leafy vegetables. Because when we want to synthesize a certain neurotransmitter in our brain, we need to have cofactor and coenzymes. And the cofactors and coenzymes, you find them in minerals and vitamins. So it's very important to have this diversity, like vitamin B9, vitamin B5, vitamin B6, vitamin K, all of them, we need them. So we have to synthesize our neurotransmitters. And there's an evidence that says that vitamin B9 actually can protect us from depression. Vitamin B9, which is folate, it's found in all the green vegetables, the green leafy vegetables. And another thing that I would like to pay attention to, oils. Okay, so the type of oil you are using on a daily basis. So lately, since 1999, or even in the 1980s, people have started shifting from olive oil to vegetable oil. So vegetable oil, we need to avoid. All the seeds oil and vegetable oils, we need to avoid them. Whereas we have to focus on coconut oil and olive oil. Olive oil is very rich in vitamin E and polyphenol. So what we have to think about, we need to minimize the oxidations, because once we are stressed, we do have our brain and our cells are more vulnerable to be oxidized. So vitamin E and polyphenol, which is high antioxidants, are rich in olive oil and coconut oil. So opt for this kind of oil and avoid, cooking with vegetable oil. And if you frequently find yourself like you're craving snacks between meals, nuts are, the healthy options for you. Have, a handful of nuts. Because why? Nuts, you have a variety of nutrients rich in nuts, such as vitamin E, omega-3, copper, manganese, that your body is going to use them as a building block for your brain and neurotransmitters. So as for me, for instance, I always, I avoid peanuts, but I enjoy more than like on a weekly basis, like 3 to 4 times a week. Sometimes I eat almond butter, and I enjoy it in my smoothie, and I add it to my protein shake, which I put many, antioxidants inside, and I enjoy it. I drink it in the morning. It's a boost of energy. When I talk about, powerful antioxidants, we need to pay attention about berries. Berries such as blueberries, blackberries, cranberry, and goji berries. They are rich in flavonoids and anthocyanin, powerful antioxidant that you can consume and enjoy without buying any supplements. So this will minimize the free radical that's going to damage my brain cells and all the cells in my body. And there's another thing that we can start adding and applying into your daily life. Whenever you eat a plate, just make sure you have the rainbow color. I enjoy when I prepare my salad to have a rainbow color, which means I do have the carrots, dandelion roots, dandelion leaf, and kale, 2 colors, onion, white color. I add here beets, raw beets. I do have red color, and then I have peppers, another color, depends on the color that I'm choosing from pepper. So I have here in one plate minimum 4 to 5 colors, and all of them, they will give me the right nutrients that my body needs in order to fight oxidations and to be able to synthesize the hormones that my body is needed. Among the powerful foods, again, for the brain function is avocado, because it's fat. And avocado is very rich in many different nutrients. But here, I just want to mention about the fat. And this avocado, you can enjoy it as much as you can, not on a daily basis, but it's powerful. It's very nutritive, and it's going to help you as well, boosting your cognitive function. I hear many people sometimes saying that I'm not gonna eat eggs because my doctor told me to avoid eggs. But do you know that eggs is a brain superfood? Eggs is rich in choline, and choline is the precursor of a neurotransmitter called acetylcholine, which is known for cognitive and memory function. So without choline, I will not be able, to synthesize this hormone. So egg is very important. It's very rich as well in cholesterol, and in my body needs cholesterol. Every cell in my body needs cholesterol. So add eggs as much as you can. Depends on the person, but for me personally, I enjoy my eggs maximum 3 times a week. This among my top list, which I really recommend if you want to have a healthy brain, but it's not about this. It's about the whole lifestyle change. For instance, for those who have a poor night's sleep, you will notice that the next day you will have a memory loss. You will not be able to focus. You will forget. You will have this tendency to forget. That's why a poor night's sleep, or when you sleep during the day, you're not sleeping during the night, this will decrease the ability for your brain to function and will cause oxidation. So it's very important. It's the whole package, not only one food. Okay, so sleeping from 11 to 6 is very important for your brain function. And for all of you, if you know, I don't know, when did you do a blood test? Have you noticed that you have a deficiency in vitamin D? I see many people who are deficient in vitamin D. Vitamin D is not a vitamin, it's a hormone. It has very interesting functioning in our body. I'm not gonna talk about all what vitamin D does, but if you have a deficiency in vitamin D, you have a decrease in memory. So, and you will have as well brain fog. So make sure that your level of vitamin D is efficient. And for those who live in sunny places, the bioavailable vitamin D is the sunshine. But again, if you are deficient, if you're not eating enough fats and cholesterol, you will not be able to synthesize vitamin D, even if you live in a sunny place. Me personally, I always have this type of food in my diet, but I make sure I add turmeric, ginger, cayenne, and everything I'm preparing. If it's rice, quinoa, stew, anything I'm doing, I just have a pinch of, the fine herbs of these powerful herbal remedies such as turmeric and ginger. So make sure to have them in your kitchen and use them as much as you can. Another important aspect of how you can improve your cognitive function, because when we talk about cognitive function, we need to talk about circulation of the blood that goes through all the periphery part of your body. So physical activities increases blood flow. Actually, there's a Japanese study was done about the benefits of working out, of exercising, how it benefits, the brain. And in this study, they said that 10 minutes of very light intensity, only 10 minutes of very, like you can walk on the street. You cannot tell me you don't have time. You can have 10 minutes of very light intensity. You can walk on the street, can increase, the brain connection. It's very important, the brain connection between the brain's memory center and the rest of the brain. So it's very important as well to take it into consideration whenever we aim to boost and to have a better cognitive function. So me personally, whenever I work with my clients, I always have one type of herb that I always recommend. Me personally, I enjoy rosemary. And for those of you who are exhausted, who have brain fog, who have this burnout, and you have, problems actually, and a lot of obligations between family and work, rosemary is the plant for you. So it's always better whenever you feel tired, please don't go and buy coffee or drink coffee or have any stimulant. Instead, opt for, tonic plants such as rosemary. So rosemary, for instance, it's among the plants that have many different medicinal properties. But here today, I'm going to mention only two important aspects. One of them, it helps detoxify the liver from all the toxins. When I talk about the toxins, it's environmental toxins, the food we're eating, the cream we put on our body, the air we're inhaling, this pollution. And it's going to protect my liver from oxidations. So it does the both job. It from cell damage as well, because it's high in antioxidants. That's what we need when we are, under stress. It protects not only the liver, it's our whole body is made from, all my brain are made from cholesterol. So rosemary, because it's powerful antioxidant, it's going to protect my cell from oxidation. And there's another important property which I would like you to consider as well. You know that rosemary, it's known, it improves, circulation and increase brain cognitive function and memory. And if you would like to use it, I prefer, me personally, I always use, the dry leaf. But you can still use, the fresh leaves. But it's everywhere you go. In Lebanon, I see it in many gardens. So I see it everywhere. You can buy it from any store you would like to go. I think I saw it many times in Beirut and many different health stores, but you still find it, in all the villages in Lebanon. I see it everywhere. So what happens, how I use it, I take one pinch of rosemary, dry leaves, and 1 cup of warm water, and I leave it like for 4 or 5 minutes. But if you would like to have a combination, with the rosemary, I suggest having peppermint. Peppermint, it's not the mint or menthe, it's peppermint. It's menthe poivrée in French, okay? Or you can have it with the citronnelle. You can have it with the, you know, when you buy an organic lemon or orange, when you peel it, don't throw it away. Just use it and put it, you know, with the infusion. It tastes amazing, okay? So you can add it this way. And for those who are seeking to have your clarity of mind, you can have lavender and rosemary at the same time, a combination of both. But pay attention, don't take the rosemary at night because it's going to keep you awake, okay? Because you know, it's an important plant. It keeps the circulation, the blood flow going in your body. So we would like to take another plant, which is chamomile at night, but this during the day you can take it. And there's something I would like you to pay attention to. You're not obliged to take it on a daily basis, but take it as frequently, as much as you can. Let's say every other day. And this approach, the approach that I have conveyed to you, you know, it doesn't work immediately. It's not going to work like tomorrow you will have a better brain, but several weeks sometimes it takes actually before before noticing an improvement in your brain. So please don't wait that tomorrow you will have better function, brain function. It's going to take sometimes like 4 or 5 weeks before, you know, to see any amelioration. This is what I would like to share with you today. Me personally, what I used to do before my exams, I used to do a smoothie rich of green leafy vegetables, and I used to have goji berries, a pinch of goji berries with the coconut oil, 1 tablespoon of coconut oil, and a little bit of honey, and I used to drink it as energy booster, and at the same time preparing my body and giving my body all the nutrients it needs as a raw material, as a good source, you know, for me to function better. So I hope I have given you all the information that you were asking for. And I don't know if you have any questions to ask me. By the way, it's so hot here. The electricity was cut.
ميرسي مايا، ميرسي على هالبرزنتاسيون الحلوة. عندي سؤال لك، بدي أسألك إذا الدارك شوكليت منيح، إذا الكولزا أويل هون كتير بيستعملوها لأنه ويل دو كولزا، وبدي أسألك عن الجلوتين.
صحيح. Like a dark chocolate, أنا whenever I go and buy a dark chocolate, I turn it around and I read the ingredients. So what happens, you need to pay attention about first ingredient, what is it? Is it sugar or cacao? Sometimes they say like it's 80% dark chocolate, but it's not. Or the second ingredient, if it's not the first ingredient, the second ingredient will be sugar, fructose, you know, xylitol. I prefer to avoid it. But at the same time, you need to pay attention that it's cacao, not cocoa, the processed form of cacao. Okay. Never buy cocoa, it's cacao.
Cacao, okay.
It's very rich in antioxidants and magnesium and copper and manganese. It's boost. وبعدين dark chocolate, it's very good for the stress. It supports your nervous system. Oil is this type of oil is good, but you know what I recommend personally to minimize the consumption of any vegetable oil except olive oil and coconut oil. You can have avocado oil, but minimize the consumption as much as you can. وكان بعد في شيء ثاني. الجلوتين it's a grain. It's كمان among the top of the list that we need to avoid as much as we can. لأنه الجلوتين, what's happening, it works on the blood. It raises, you know, the insulin in the blood because لأنه الجلوتين فيه carb. هيدا carbohydrate. بس تاخدي carbohydrates جسمك your pancreas is going to secrete insulin. هلا انا ما عم بحكي عن those who have like gluten sensitivity but you can be among them. عرفتي؟ انا عم بحكي بس عن blood sugar fluctuation of blood sugar in the blood. لما يصير في عندك fluctuation of blood sugar in the blood عندك اكثر هون تكوني عندك اكثر pro inflammatory. جسمك عرفتي عم بيفرز الانسولين مع الوقت بصير في عندك ريزيستانس للانسولين ما بعود يخلي كمان يفوت السكر بقلب السيل مع الوقت بتعمل مشاكل انفلاميشن. في كتاب انا كثير بحبه اسمه لدكتور ديفيد بيرلماتر بيحكي عن الجلوتين عن مدار الجلوتين وعلاقته بالبرين. فamong كمان the food that it's better for you to avoid is gluten. all the grains وبيناتهم الجلوتين.
اوكي all the grains يعني حتى البرغل والكسكس
جلوتين برغل جلوتين عرفتي فavoid them. هلا فيك تاخديهم يمكن بالجمعتين مره بس انه ما يكون هو part of your dietary source on a daily basis. انا بشوف عالم يعني كل شيء بياكلوهم ساندويتش غدا وترويقه عشاء يعني ما بيعرفوا يتعشوا بلا ساندويتش اما يتروقوا بلا ساندويتش. فهون هيدا خطر كثير. We need to avoid as much as we can grains and especially gluten and wheat.
Okay, thank you. Merci.